What's up and welcome back to Rumor Has It Official. Let's get straight into talking about 90 Day Fiance, Before the 90 Days. This is part 1 of season 4, episode 4. This is an early premiere and the title of this episode is Baby Be Mine. Let's start off with Lisa and Usman. So Lisa and Usman wake up the next morning and it must have been a long night because Usman is telling Lisa that he just wants to sleep and she's like, no, you can't sleep. I got jet lag, so if I'm not sleeping, you not sleeping. She's just too much for me. Lisa shares that there is a cultural difference when it comes to being intimate because there's a lot that Usman doesn't know about. Usman says that Lisa is 70% good in the bedroom and that's good enough for him. Lisa and Usman get ready and head to breakfast where they're greeted by Usman's 2 friends. Lisa is hoping them being around isn't a sign that they'll be around the whole time because she just wants to have alone time with Usman. So Usman's friends mention that Usman's mother doesn't like white people and that she's afraid Lisa is taking Usman to the States to be a slave. Let's move on. Lisa tells Usman's friends that they'll be married with or without his mother's blessing. Now, Usman knows it will be tough getting his mom's blessing, but he says that he just wants to think positive. Lisa not having control over the situation and having Usman not reassure her that they don't need his mom's blessing results in her getting up from the table and walking away. Let's move on to Geoffrey and Varia. So it's a new day and Geoffrey is hoping for a complete turnaround. Varia decided not to sleep at the hotel with Geoffrey. Good for her. Okay, I'm glad that she held fast to her decision and didn't allow him to persuade her to change her mind. So Varia will be taking Geoffrey around Moscow. And Moscow, I have to say, is absolutely beautiful. And the buildings, they look so enchanted to me, like something that you would see on a Disney movie or something. So moving on, the awkwardness between them is finally starting to fade a bit. And Varia says that finally the key. She knows this is the man that she's been chatting with for 5 months. She feels that they are really starting to connect. Varia says that she wants to live in America, but in the big cities, not a village. She says village is boring, adding that she's not sure she could stay there. Now, this goes back to when he sat down with his friend who was from where Varia's from. And she told Geoffrey, she said she's not going to want to come here to the village. He didn't want to hear it, but Varia made that clear when she was talking to the camera crew, and she definitely said that village is boring. She even goes as far as to say that she's not sure that she could stand being there. Wow. So while talking about Varia coming to America, Geoffrey says that he feels Varia is starting to open her heart to him, but he hopes that she feels the same once he tells her about his past. Geoffrey is an ex-convict, but that's not all, Geoffrey. Don't pick and choose what you want to be honest about because we already know all about you, sir. Okay. Now, after their day together, Geoffrey presses the subject again on her staying at the hotel with him. Varia hesitates in the beginning, but eventually says yes. Comment down below your thoughts and let me know what you think. Let's move on to Ed and Rose. So Ed says that Rose is more beautiful than he expected. He just met her 3 months ago. So he's hoping that now that they're face to face, he'll get some answers about her past. Ed and Rose arrive at the hotel and Rose said that she's excited to be at the hotel and that she feels like a princess. She also adds she's nervous because Ed keeps talking to her, but her English speaking is a little bit limited. Ed books a room with 2 beds. But once they get to the room, the beds are pushed together. Rose questions him on why he wants 2 beds. And he says because he wants to take things slow and wants Rose to be comfortable. Ed tells the camera crew, since he knows nothing about Rose's past, he won't have sex with her until she takes an STD test. Now, I don't see anything wrong with that. I respect it. I think that A lot of these couples, you never see that talked about. And I think it's so important to practice being safe, having sex. If you're going to be having sex with somebody, especially folks you ain't never met, foreign folks, you done going across the world and you just laying up with people, I do believe that you need to practice safe sex. He wants Rose to take a test. And I also heard Lisa mention that she had Usman go and get tested. So that's really good that they're putting that out there. That needs to be talked about more. Okay. Being safe. So after he said that he wants her to get this STD test, he adds that he wants to know for himself that he can trust her. Rose told the camera crew that she's glad that Ed wanted 2 beds because she doesn't feel comfortable. She's not ready to be intimate as well. So they're both on the same page when it comes to that. Rose doesn't have pajamas to sleep in. Now, you know you're going to stay the night at the hotel. She had a bag with her. It looked like she had a backpack with her. So why when she packed some type of sleepwear? I mean, I don't know. That kind of threw me off. But like I said, Rose doesn't have pajamas to sleep in. So Ed gives her a t-shirt to sleep in and says that he feels really bad, adding maybe he should have bought her some pajamas. Ed tells the camera crew after seeing Rose for the first time, he feels that there's chemistry. Then he retracts his statement saying he knows there's chemistry. Oh, do you, Ed? Do you? Comment down below and let me know your thoughts. Let's move on to Avery. So Avery has arrived in Australia. She's freaking out and she's basically playing out several scenarios in her head. Ash is nervous as well. And when Ash and Avery finally spot each other in the airport, Ash says seeing Avery for the first time is everything and more than he thought it would be. He feels that their chemistry is undeniably strong, adding that he feels Avery looks way better in real life. Comment down below and let me know your thoughts on Avery and Ash's first meeting. Let's move on to David. So David is a newbie. He's a newbie to the cast. David is 60 years old and he is from Las Vegas. David says that he's done well for himself and soon is hoping to retire. Dave goes out looking for a motorhome, and this is because he's looking to live in it full time and he's hoping to share it with someone. Right now it's just David and his cats, but he says that he wants to be married. He feels that he has found the one. Now, her name is Lana. I think it's Lena or Lana, and she's from the Ukraine. Ladies and gentlemen, we have another Caesar this season. Lana is only 27 years old. Now, he met Lana on a foreign dating site 7 years ago. He feels that she presented herself aggressively and that meant that she was interested in him. He says that this is his girlfriend, but they've only talked on this dating site. He spent over 5,000 hours chatting with her online. He pays to chat with her by the minute because she doesn't speak any English, so that site basically translates, so you have to pay for that. David has spent over $100,000 on this website. Next week, he plans to leave for Ukraine. But how in the world is that going to work? And she can't even speak English. So basically, we have another Caesar on our hands, and then we have another Paul and Karini situation. David has made several attempts, and each time, just like Caesar, and each time Lana was a no-show. He goes to meet up with some of his friends and they tell him that it's a scam, but David is willing to do whatever it takes. Comment down below. Let me know what you thought about David and this whole situation. Let's move on to Stephanie. So Stephanie FaceTimes Erica and informs her that she had dinner with her family and chickened out about telling them. She tells the camera crew that she's going into this situation with optimism and she's excited, and that she doesn't want to spoil that by getting into a huge fight with her family before this trip. Comment down below and let me know your thoughts. Let's move on to Darcy. So it's girls' day at the spa with Darcy and Darcy's friend Raina. Darcy says seeing the picture of Tom with another woman is hard because he never told her that it was over. So she doesn't know what to think. She doesn't know where they stand. But I'm like, Darcy, honey, sweetie, the proof is in the pictures, honey. She's in denial. and she's not ready to face the truth. Darcy tells her sister and friend that there's been no communication between her and Tom. She then proceeds to show her friend pictures of Tom with his new woman. Now, I about fell out when Darcy said that the woman was a blonde babe and her look-alike. Like, girl, please stop with the lies. Please, let's just be truthful. That girl looks nothing like you. She knows doggone well that woman looks nothing like her whatsoever. Comment down below. Do you think that that woman is Darcy's twin? The only one that's twinning Darcy is Stacy, because they both look a hot flipping mess. Darcy lies and says that Tom has been messaging her. Now, she just said earlier that there's been no communication between her and Tom. Now she's saying that Tom has been messaging her, but she hasn't been replying. I doubt that that's true. Her friend tells the camera crew that Tom and Darcy's relationship is crazy, adding that they can't break away from each other in a sick, weird way. Darcy is still hoping for a fresh start, but I'm not surprised one bit. She wants to see where things can go and meet him for lunch. Darcy gets emotional and says right now she feels hurt and scared because she's worried that if she goes to New York, it's going to end the same way it did with Jesse. She adds meeting Jesse in New York was one of the worst days of her life, and that she felt ganged upon and manipulated. It broke her heart. Darcy says that if she goes to New York, it won't be because of the photos. Now, she says that she's going to empower herself, show him her strength and self-love. Okay, Darcy, I guarantee you she's going to bring up those photos. You all comment down below if you agree. When she sees that man, she's not going there to empower herself. She wants to see him because she's hoping that they'll stay together, and that she's in denial, like I said. And I truly believe that there's no way that she's not going to bring up those photos that she saw. So Darcy is just full of it right now. This is just an excuse. She's making up several excuses just to go and see him in New York because that's exactly what she wants to do. She's scared, but she ain't scared enough. If she was real scared, she would stay her tail right at home. So I really need to hear your thoughts on 90 Day Fiance Before the 90 Days. This was part 1 of season 4, episode 4. Again, this is an early premiere. The title of this episode is Baby Be Mine. Comment down below. I'm ready to get this conversation started with all of you on this episode. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Share with a friend who also loves watching 90 Day Fiance Before the 90 Days. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you'll be notified on the next time that I make an upload. And I will catch you all in the next video. Peace.